So hello everyone and welcome back to P101 online course. Today we are in lesson 11 and we are going to talk about grammar. So our topic will be the regular verbs, but as you already know we have already talked about regular verbs but regarding their simple present structure, and today we're going to talk about the simple past structure. So the regular verbs and the simple past. You will notice that the structure is pretty simple and you get it pretty fast, but if you have any doubts regarding their conjugation, you should also contact us to get a private free tutorial live, alright, on our software. So here we have the simple past today. We should remember that we have three groups of regular verbs in Brazilian Portuguese. First is that of verbs ending in AR, then we have ER, and then IR. So let's check each one of those groups and also take a look at some phrases later on. So let's start with the group of verbs ending in AR. Here we have, for example, the verb amar, to love. So, eu amei, I loved. Tu amaste, you loved. Ele, ela amou, he or she loved. Then, nós amamos, we loved. Vós amastes, you loved. And then, eles, elas amaram, they loved. But then you should notice that we have those marks here, those notes, because we should remember about the pronoun of treatment, você. So it refers to the second person. You translate você as you, but then we use the third person conjugation, whether it's singular or plural. Alright, so you should remember this because we usually use the pronoun você instead of tu or vós in the spoken or written language. Alright, so our second group, verbs ending in er. For example, we have the verb correr, to run. Let's start. Eu corri, I ran. Tu correste, you ran. Ele, ela correu, he or she ran. Nós corremos, we ran. Vós correstes, you ran. Eles, elas correram, they ran. And again we have the note here for the third person where you can use the pronoun of treatment você. Then we have the third group, last group of verbs ending in IR. For example, we have the verb abrir, to open. So let's go on. Eu abri, I opened. Tu abriste, you opened. Ele, ela abriu, he, she opened. Nós abrimos, we opened. Vós abristes, you opened. Eles, elas abriram, they opened. Você, we use the third person. Você abriu, vocês abriram. And we have here some examples, some phrases. For example, letter A. We have the verb comprar, first group, which means to buy. So, eu comprei o carro ontem. I bought the car yesterday. So as you notice, we have this temporal mark here because we use the simple past in Brazilian Portuguese when we have a time defined, alright? A defined time and the sentence. So we use the simple past here. So I bought a car yesterday. Comprar, the verb to buy. Then we have eu bebi guaraná semana passada. For example, we have the verb beber, the second group, which means to drink. So I drank guaraná last week. Again, we have the time, the defined time in the sentence. Then a third example, we use the verb encontrar, to meet or to find. So, eu a encontrei na volta para casa. I met her when I was coming back home. Then the verb encontrar, to meet or to find, the first group. Then here sentence D. Here we have the verb abrir, the third group, to open. Ele abriu o presente antes da hora. He opened the gift before the appropriate time. Then we have sentence E. We have a question with the verb vender, second group, which means to sell. So, quando você vendeu a bicicleta? When did you sell the bike? And then here we have a different verb. Here we have the verb to say, the verb dizer, but the verb dizer is not actually regular, it's an irregular verb, and then we're going just to take a look at this specific case of an irregular verb. So you should notice that the verb dizer is not part of the second group of regular verbs. For example, eu disse a verdade para o policial. So let's check it here. Verb dizer. For example, we have we had here the verb correr. Then in the first person singular we had eu corri. But then when we come to the verb dizer, then we have a different structure. Eu disse. So to say, dizer. Eu disse. I said. Tu disseste. You said. Ele, ela disse. He, she said. Nós dissemos. We said. Vós dissestes. You said. Eles, elas disseram. They said. So here we have an example of an irregular verb. And just to check, you will not find in Portuguese an equivalent to simple past, so its name in Brazilian Portuguese of simple past we say particípio perfeito. Alright, this is how we call the simple past. So this was our grammar review. If you have any questions, you can send an email to us. We will also provide you with specific materials so you can check the regular and irregular verbs. And it's important to have a notion of all those verbs in the simple past in the participio perfeito because you will use it a lot. And then just to finish our class, I have some pictures from São Paulo, the city where I live, and here for example we have Paulista Avenue, which is the main avenue here in the city. Paulista refers for the person who lives in here the state of São Paulo, as you have a New Yorker, So Paulista Avenue, so it's the major financial area of the city, and we also have the MASP Museum, the Museum of Art of São Paulo, São Paulo Museum of Art, which has a really interesting architecture format. It was built and designed by architect Lina Bobardi, and it has this what we call vão, this open space under it. And this space has served as a point of meeting for most of the demonstrations that took place in the city in this last year. So people gather here so they can protest. So it's a really nice place, and it's been really important for the city in the last months. For example, here I have a page of the museum, the web page, and here we have an exhibition that is started on December 7th, and the exhibition is about some Paris artists from the 19th century. So we have Cézanne, Manet, Renoir, Van Gogh, Picasso, and others here in exhibition at the São Paulo Museum of Art. So if you come to São Paulo, please take a look at this museum and then go to Paulista Avenue. So it is still being exhibited here in São Paulo. This exhibition is still open for the public, and here nearby this area, I should remember that we have the Oscar Freire Street, which is a major shopping area here in the city for more expensive shopping. But I would compare it to New York Soho area maybe, and it's just a really great place to hang around. So you can have this contrasting image of the city, and it's probably one of the richest areas of the city. And if you compare for example, with 25 de Março, which is a more popular commerce area, then you see how the city has this dual side. And then recently, Ben & Jerry's store opened here in Oscar Freire. I'm not sure, but I think it's the biggest Ben & Jerry's store in the world. So please come and visit it and get your chocolate chip cookie ice cream here. So thank you very much for watching P101 online course with me, Mario. Please subscribe to our videos and follow us. Thank you for choosing P101. Learn Portuguese with us.